All right, I have quite a few updates today. To begin with, since we have been dealing with the schedules, I have fine tuned the schedules for most of the uh, routes and aircrafts. Um, I did not buy any additional route. I think there are only a couple of routes which I bought yesterday, which were of smaller lengths, and they were. I just wanted to use them as fillers for the remaining routes. So you see, for aircraft 14 and 15, AC 14 and AC 15, I have used a couple of smaller routes to fill their schedules. And yeah, if we take a look at the first 68 aircrafts, there are okay, not the 60 till we take a look at this 68 aircraft. There are still a couple of aircrafts I still need to fill this void in the schedule. But apart from that, I'm quite happy with the scheduling aspect of these. I have also made sure that all these schedules and all these flights and routes are well within the remaining demand, thanks to automatic scheduling. So that has helped me a lot, and I'm quite happy with the result. I think this is the best possible, let's say, outcome. This will provide me with the best possible outcome for as far as the revenue is concerned. Um, One of the lessons that I've learned, I think, here is I so if thinking about a month back or so, I thought that every route will have a mapping of one aircraft or two aircraft at a time, and you don't have to care about the scheduling aspect. As far as it fits, it fits. But I never considered the demand aspect. I never considered that the same aircrafts could run on a different route as well. So that was a good learning turn, in the sense that now I know that if an aircraft runs on a particular route, and if it still has some room in its schedule, we can reuse that aircraft to schedule it on a different route which already has some demand to be fulfilled. In fact, if we take a look at the network management now, yeah, this was one more thing that I discovered yesterday. The list view. This is much more easier as compared to the block view like we had here. I think list view is much more easier. So let me arrange it by distance. Okay, if you see in the remaining demand column, it is almost I have used most of the demand and it is still green, so it has reached that optimal point where if I schedule one more aircraft of any size, it will basically go into the red. So most of the short haul flights are already covered in this demand, and starting with Cairo, I still see the demands are quite high. So there is still scope for me to schedule more aircrafts on these routes without buying additional uh, routes. The driving factor mainly is the remaining demand column here. And that's why yesterday I decided to infuse some money, and I bought a pack of travel cards, which I've already used to buy a few aircrafts. I think in all, I've bought 10 aircrafts, two of which I bought them from the workshop using the travel cards, and I ordered 8 different aircrafts of Airbus, as you can see here. So the delivery is already complete, and it's a matter for me to schedule them on the existing routes, not the new routes. Since I bought the pack from the workshop, I was able to complete a certain research in the general category. I think it was the fourth stage here. I found it affordable. The marketing part here. Next is this one, so I will just schedule this one as well to be performed. All right. I am yet to collect my gifts today, so let's do that. I also have additional tickets for playing this lot cockpit, and if I run out of these, I now also have these coins here, which is 256 now, and I usually spend these coins on the slot machine because I think the slot machine gives us the better overall profit. But yeah, I have not yet used it anywhere else, so maybe it's something for me to check if there is another way for me to spend these coins, which will give me more results. Let me go to the workshop, and you can see there is some gift lined up here. So let's see. So I have a gift of 30 million more, so I will accept it. And what else? Wheel of travel card. Let's see if I can play. Yeah, there's some issue with this. I've never been able to play this on this iPad, but I do play it on the browser. So for some reason I'm not able to do it here. I will do it later. All right. So today, okay, let's schedule these aircrafts. I will. This will also help me reiterate the process and show you how what is the best way to serve the remaining demand using our aircrafts on our existing routes. But before that, having said that, I now have a total of 78 aircrafts in my fleet. So when I started this video series, I had 68, and now I have 70. Oh, okay, this is also a good view. If you see, if most of the aircrafts are 85% plus. Let me arrange it by use. So the top two aircraft, 78 and 77, I just bought them yesterday and I'm yet to schedule them. So currently they are scheduled on a longer route, and I do not have a suitable shorter route or short haul route available which has enough remaining demand. So probably I will buy a couple of routes again to short haul routes to fill the schedules of these aircrafts. But if you leave those two, most of them, almost all of them are used more than 85%. So that's a good thing, and I'm quite happy with the results. And soon it goes into the 90s, and the last few aircrafts are 100% used. Some of these are the 100% used. Some of them, I think couple of them work on just one single route on a given day, but some of them are hybrid kind of have a hybrid kind of schedule. So either one long route and a couple of shorter routes, or just one shorter route. Okay, so let's start. First of all, I need to check the network. Let's go here and let's arrange this by distance, top to bottom. All the aircrafts, when I purchased it yesterday, I think they were compatible starting from 7,000 kilometers. Let me check the aircraft. Let me accept one delivery. Arrange it by the use. Wait, this was the latest one. Well, let us reconfigure this as 069. And okay, before I do that, I need to also reconfigure the seating arrangement here, I have to choose such a route where it will match the seating arrangement. I mean, in the remaining routes, I have seen that there is a lot of demand for economy class, but the first class there are just a couple of people remaining. So I will configure it as per the route for now. But before I do that, I need to know how many seats do they have. So first of all, range. It has a range of 9,250 kilometers, so these are good. It will cover most of our uh, network. So let's see how many routes does it qualify for. So distance 9,000. So I think it qualifies from Rio de Janeiro and downwards. So we have one. So starting with Rio, it has a good amount of uh, demand. So Rio de Janeiro, it has a good amount of demand. Tokyo also seems to be good. Las Vegas, Johannesburg, TNR, I'm not sure how do they pronounce it. Antananarivo. Then Beijing is also looking good. Bangalore, Chicago, Mumbai, New York City, Delhi, Montreal, and Addis Ababa. So all these routes between, let's say, Rio and Cairo look good. So let's just count how many routes do we have. Quite a few, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we have 17 routes to consider. Cairo seems to be in the negative for the first class, so maybe I'll have to check if any reconfiguration would help. Okay, let's start with Rio. For Rio, we can see the ratio, the general. I mean, just get an idea of economy, business, and first class. So it seems majority of it is economy, and usually the ratio between business and first class gives me a good enough idea how many seats should we configure for a given aircraft. So let's go back to the aircraft which was just delivered and schedule it for Rio. I think Rio is still out of bounds for us. Let's choose the next best route. The current aircraft has a range of 9250, and Rio is 9570. So that also checks out the Tokyo. So let's start with Las Vegas. Las Vegas has a good ratio for first class and the economy, so let's configure accordingly. Okay, first of all, the name. I think I'm happy with this configuration. Let's schedule it. So Las Vegas. use the automatic scheduling. So this one is already booked. I don't have to worry about scheduling using the remaining schedule, because there is practically no other schedule that will fit in this 15-minute slot. So this is good. I don't have to worry about it. I will just set it. Let us think about the new route. So basically I will do this for all the 8 aircrafts. I will identify the routes and assign them to their respective assign the aircraft to that respective route. That's the job for today, and I think it will help me boost my revenue quite a bit. Hopefully from tomorrow onwards my ranking should improve from here. So let me do one more route and then I will stop the video. As you can see, Las Vegas is still there is still quite a demand, so I'm going to assign one more aircraft on this, because hey, there is a demand, so it doesn't matter if I assign one aircraft or 20 aircrafts on this route. So earlier I used to have that kind of a confusion, or I was a bit skeptical about assigning a number of aircrafts to a particular route. So I thought, let's be even, let's assign even number of aircrafts on every route, but that was obviously wrong. Now I focus on the remaining demand, so I don't mind scheduling another aircraft on the same route, and this will be true for all other routes as well. So when I move to Johannesburg, I'll probably reconfigure it in a way that it serves the least number of first class passenger, because the remaining demand for that is very low. Maybe few more business class, and then rest of it is economic class, from where the bulk of our revenue will be generated. So let me do it for Johannesburg next. Las Vegas, since I've already covered, I will just cover the Johannesburg part. So this is 17. Then I go for scheduling it on. I think Johannesburg did not have a lot of. Sorry, I was under the impression of Las Vegas while configuring this for Johannesburg. Yeah, I need to reconfigure it again. That was a wastage of money. So as less as possible, so I'll just keep it 2, because no, there are not the total number of seats on this aircraft are not a lot, so I will keep it to its minimum, and I will increase the economy class, or maybe I will increase 1 seat more here. Yeah. So let's now schedule this for Johannesburg. Okay, this one is also full. I don't need to worry about the residual schedule. Yeah. Now if we take a look at schedule of the day for last few aircrafts. Yeah, so 69 and 70, it's almost full. For 77, 78, there is still some residual demand, and even for 65 and 66. So perhaps once I generate enough revenue, or I earn enough profit, I will buy new routes for these residual demands, the shorter routes, maybe which are in the range of 8 to 10 hours. That will be good for 65 and 66, and for here 4 to 5 hours. That will be good for here, for 77 and 78. All right, that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you.